Welcome to today's mock interview pro session, where we're diving into the world of sheet metal engineering. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, we're here to help you nail that interview. Let's jump right in with our first question. Could you share a challenging problem you faced while designing a sheet metal component and how you went about solving it? Interviewers ask this to gauge your problem-solving skills and your ability to work through complex design challenges. Let's explore some tips to help you craft a strong response. Identify a specific and relevant problem you've encountered. Set the scene by explaining why it was challenging. Walk through the steps you took to solve it, mentioning any tools or calculations you use. Summarize the successful outcome and what you learned. Keep your focus on your role and contributions. Now, let's look at an example. Answer to see how you might structure your response.
In a recent project, I was tasked with designing a sheet metal bracket to support a heavy load with limited space for reinforcements. I used FEA software to evaluate stress distribution and adjusted the geometry to optimize material use while maintaining strength. This resulted in a design that passed load testing successfully and streamlined our manufacturing process.
By the way, we're only covering a handful of questions in this video, but I've prepared a free PDF with all 30 top interview questions for sheet metal engineer. It also includes example answers and tips to help you prepare with confidence. The download link is just below. Can you tell us about a time you collaborated with a cross-functional team on a sheet metal project? What was your role and what was the outcome? This question helps interviewers understand your teamwork skills and how you contribute to multidisciplinary projects. Here are some tips for crafting an effective response. Select a project that involves collaboration with other teams. Clearly define your role and responsibilities. Discuss any challenges you faced and how you worked with the team to overcome them. Highlight the technical skills you applied related to sheet metal. Conclude with the project's successful outcome and any insights gained. Let's check out an example. Answer to illustrate these points.
In a previous position, I was part of a team tasked with designing a custom HVAC system, requiring collaboration with mechanical engineering and installation teams. My role was to design the sheet metal components, ensuring they fit seamlessly into the system. We encountered sizing challenges with the ducts, but by closely collaborating with the mechanical team, we adjusted the design and completed the project ahead of schedule, enhancing installation efficiency.
Describe a situation where you had to meet tight deadlines for a sheet metal project. How did you manage your time and prioritize tasks? Interviewers want to know about your time management skills and how you handle pressure in deadline-driven environments. Let's go over some tips to help you answer this question effectively. Choose a project with a specific tight deadline. Explain how you divided the project into manageable tasks. Discuss your criteria for prioritizing tasks. Mention any tools or methods you used for effective time management. Highlight the successful outcome and what you learned from the experience. Here's an example answer to help you see how these elements come together.
On a recent project, we had to complete a metal ductwork system within 3 weeks. I divided the project into phases: design, fabrication, and installation, prioritizing the design phase since it dictated subsequent work. I used project management software to keep track of progress. We finished on time and saved 10% on materials through optimized design.
What would you do if you discovered a defect in a batch of sheet metal parts that had already been produced? This question assesses your problem-solving ability and how you handle quality issues in production. Here are some tips for navigating this question. Quickly assess the extent and impact of the defect. Communicate the issue to the relevant team members. Identify the root cause to prevent future defects. Develop a corrective action plan, which may involve rework or scrapping parts. Thoroughly document the incident for future reference. Let's look at an example. Answer to illustrate these strategies.
Upon discovering a defect, I would first assess how many parts are affected and the severity of the defect. I would inform production management and the quality team, Then investigate to determine the root cause, whether material or process related. After identifying the cause, I'd develop a plan to correct the defective parts and prevent recurrence, ensuring all documentation is complete.
How would you handle a situation where a client requests a design change late in the project timeline that could affect delivery? Interviewers ask this to see how you manage client communication and project changes under tight timelines. Here are some key points to keep in mind when answering this question. Acknowledge the client's request and clarify the details of the change. Assess the impact on timeline, budget, and resources with your team. Communicate potential consequences to the client. Propose alternative solutions if the project schedule is at risk. Keep a detailed record of all changes and communications. Now, let's listen to an example answer to see how you might approach this situation.
I would start by discussing the requested change with the client to fully understand their needs. Then, I would evaluate the impact on our timeline and resources with my team. Communicating any potential delays to the client, I'd discuss possible alternatives to minimize impact on the schedule. Keeping detailed records of all communications and changes would be crucial for future reference.
Before we wrap up, remember you can get all 30 questions, example answers, and step-by-step tips in a handy PDF. Totally free. Just grab it below.